So now you're wondering, so why should I leave my country and move to America? Why? What are the benefits? What is, all these things? Okay, what about racism? What about crime? All these things that we see on TV, what about them? So if you have all those questions, watch this video in its entirety and see if I answer some of those questions. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Martha. You are welcome. So everybody that is new here, I'm Martha. I'm a nurse that relocated to the United States about almost 5 years now ago. Yeah, and I'm here currently in North Carolina working as a nurse. Yeah, so you're welcome to this channel. This is a channel that actually helps give information on how to relocate to the United States. So if you have questions, this is the right place. Just leave your question in the comment section below and I will be able to help as much as I can. Okay, so welcome to this channel. So today I wanted to talk about all those questions that you have now, okay? Racism, crime, what about this? What about that? What's the best place to live and all that? Yeah, so welcome to my channel. Of course, let's start talking about, let's just dig in, let's dive in. All right, yeah, crime. Yeah, so I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm in Youngsville. So of course, crime is here. We have, of course, the gun violence, people that just walk in and start shooting babies in schools and all that. It's there, it's real, it's happening. Yeah, and is it safe? I would say there's places that are safe and some places are not. So when you are actually given an assignment to come and work here, that's something that you should also look into. If you ask me what is the safest place to be here in America, what is the safest state to be here in America, I wouldn't say there's actually that specific answer to that question, because you'd think that children are safe in school, right? But somebody walks in and gets a gun and shoots babies that are so innocent and have no idea of what is going on in the world. Yeah, they just take their frustrations and just shoot innocent children. Yeah, so if you ask me what is the safest place, I would say there's no specific answer to that question. Yeah, so wherever you're going to be, look at also neighborhoods that are safe. Of course, when you go on Zillow, all right, Zillow is an app. You can download that. I don't know if you're able to download it in Africa, I don't know, but you can download the app Zillow, or you can use Google Search. Zillow will show you the school district. Of course, it will show you also how good those schools are. It will also show you the crime rate for that area. All right, so of course here in North Carolina there are places that I would consider safe, and there are also places that I wouldn't consider safe. All right, on the news there are ever shootings in one area, and then other areas you'll never hear anybody, any gun violence on the news, never. Yeah, so when you are talking about crime, you also want to make sure that when they give you like a place where you're going to go, make sure that you check out the crime rate in that area, because it's going to vary from place to place. So you want to check and make sure that you see. For racism, I would say racism is here. It's kind of silent. They say no, it's not, but it is here. In a working facility, I've experienced it from patients, from colleagues. I've been there. Yes, it is there. Yeah, but yeah, so of course there are going to be safe places. There are going to be safe states that they would say and all that. But personally, I would actually, if they give you, because these agencies have got places that they're affiliated with, just make sure that you check that place. Utilize Google, guys. Utilize Google and just search. All right, when you use the app Zillow will show you the schools that are in the area where you be, especially because they'll help you find an apartment. The agencies will help you find an apartment. So make sure that you check on Zillow the school where your children are gonna be. Okay, you check the rates. Okay, you also check the crime rate, because the crime rate is also listed on that. So it's actually a good app to use when you're actually looking at that. Make sure that you check. Racism, like I said, racism is here, guys. It is here. I've experienced it with patients, I've experienced it with colleagues, okay? But there are things in place. If you feel you're being bullied or in any type of way, people are, throwing racist things to you, you have they have put things in place. You can report that to HR, especially at work. You don't want really a hostile work environment. You can actually report that and let everybody know. Yeah, so racism and crime, they are here. Guns, I can go in a shop and buy a gun and buy it's that easy to buy guns. The other time, was it Best Buy, or which place did you go to? The guns are just displayed there. You can actually just go in and buy and probably just go find a license or whatever. No evaluation of mental health or what. It's so easy to access one. So it's sad, but it is what it is, you know. So crime is here, but of course there are places that are safer and better than others, definitely. Yeah, so you want to look at that, of course, when you are looking for a place to stay, especially. You want to look at a place that is safe. Yeah, there are 50 states here. Each 50 states has its own city. All right, so like here in North Carolina, it has hundreds and hundreds of cities. So if I say, oh, a Youngsville is the safest, I would pretty much lie, because everything has its own factors as well. Yeah, and then sometimes even the safest place is not safe at all. Most of the people that get to be shot at are people that are just maybe just walking, just passing, minding your own business, and then somebody just comes with a gun and decides to shoot. You are doing your shopping in Walmart, somebody comes with a gun and decides to shoot. So it can happen anywhere. Yeah, it can happen anywhere. Really, it can happen anywhere. So, but of course, your home should be in a safe place, and you can actually find out. Yeah, so if the agency finds you a job, let's say in Fayetteville, North Carolina, you have to make sure that you also look at, the surrounding areas. How safe is it? When you use the Zillow app, all right, the Zillow app will show you the schools in that area. It will show you also the crime rate in that area. I think that's the best thing that you can do, because if you say, oh, this place is the safest, I don't think there's actually a specific answer to that question. Really, there's no specific answer to that question, because every research that has been done was pretty much done in a certain area, in a certain way. I don't think, because, most research is pretty much just random. They just pick out a certain place and just, get numbers here and there. So it will actually have its own factors. It will actually depend on, a lot of things. Yeah, so crime is here, racism is here, but then again, you can cut it down and do your own research and see the place where you're going to be posted, or how good is it. For me, when I was looking for a place to live, I was looking at, of course, safety, and I was also looking at snow. I don't like very cold places. Yeah, so I cannot throw myself in Alaska, because I know I cannot really survive there because it gets really cold. So I was looking at all those factors. I don't want to be, removing snow in the driveway when going for work in the morning. So I was looking for all those factors. So that's the reason why I found myself here in North Carolina, because I knew that North Carolina has a better, better weather and all that. That's the reason why I found myself here. Yeah. So it's a really, especially for racism, it's a really sensitive, it's a really sensitive topic. And, a lot of people don't really like talking about it, but racism is here, especially for us, Africans, having this skin, you're gonna be profiled in so many areas. And then if you have boy children, worse. Yeah, but of course, above all else, for me, I say, death is gonna find you wherever. Death is gonna find you, whether you're in Zambia, whether you're here. So personally, I pray. Personally, I'm protected by God. Personally, I walk with God, and I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. So for me, I cannot really live in fear because, of all these things going on around me. There's no way I can live in fear because of all that. Yeah, so I decided to come here, of course, to try and make our lives better. So I couldn't live in fear, fearing racism, fearing crime. I know it's there. I know it's happening, but then I cannot live in fear. I refuse to live in fear because of all those things. Okay, yeah. So you can actually utilize Google, search wherever you're gonna go. Just try and find the safest place in that city. You can do that. Use the Zillow app. Yeah, so I think the other question that I was actually asked was how to find also schools that actually sponsor international educated nurses. I use Grand Canyon University. I use Grand Canyon University pretty much because it was easy. They have their own evaluation body, so I didn't have to pay extra money to have my paperwork evaluated. Yeah, so Grand Canyon is good. Yeah, and then I got a student loan. I didn't have to pay out of pocket. I got a student loan, so the student loan actually covered all that I needed to pay for, and the entire program took me about 12 months. It was all online except for the 100-hour clinical work that I needed to do. Yeah, so I used Grand Canyon. There's also Warden University that you can actually look at. And then also Aspen University that you can also look at. Those are some of the universities you can actually look at if you want to do your bachelor's degree. And also probably furthermore do your master's if you want. Furthermore do your DNP. Furthermore do your PhD. You can actually do all that here. Everything is possible. And most of the work is actually online. So you can do all that. All right. And then also I know the other question that I was asked was school for kids. Like I said, school for children is free. All public schools are free. The only money that we are now paying at this point was pretty much just their breakfast and lunch, but it wasn't really much. Yeah, and since I'm home, I actually applied not to have to pay for that. So we're not even paying for that. They are sponsoring their lunch and breakfast right now. We're not paying because I'm home, so we've only got one source of income in the household, so of course we qualify for that. Yeah, so public schools are free for all children from K to 12, actually pre-K to 12. Yeah, so if you're lucky, this is the right place for you. We don't pay for education up to 12th grade, so you have time to plan for your children's college, because college is expensive. So open their accounts early and drop in even just $100 every paycheck, $100 every paycheck per child. It will add up. By the time they turn 18 and finish school, at least they'll have something to start with. Yeah, so that's something to actually think about. Since you're not paying for their education, you can actually throw it somewhere so that it grows and be able to pay for their tuition, so that they don't have to graduate with student loans. Yeah, so I think that's also the other question that I was asked. Yeah, so of course facilities, make sure that you also find a good facility. Of course, usually these agencies will actually throw you a list of facilities around. I would love you to look at the reviews for each facility. Don't just pick a facility just because. Look at their reviews and make sure that it's a safe place. You want to be in a safe place and protect yourself, protect that license that you work so hard to get. Yeah, so also look at that as well. Yeah, so those are some of the things that of course a lot of people are questioning me about. Do you regret anything? The only thing that I regret right now is not being able to see my family, of course, back home. We've tried, applying for visas. It's really hard getting a visa for my family. My mom has been to the embassy 3 times and they couldn't give her, she's old, so I don't know why they couldn't offer her visa to come and visit. She's been to the embassy 3 times, and those 3 times she was denied a visa. The only person that has been able to come visit is my sister that came not too long ago. She left in February. Yeah, so the only regret that I have is pretty much not being able to see my family, but other than that, I would say my life here has changed for the better and I have no regrets. Yeah, I have no regrets whatsoever. Money wise, I don't have to worry. I can walk in a shop and buy food for my family without having to worry how much I'm gonna pay at the till. All right, and then I know my kids are safe as well. The education is sorted up to about the time they finish their 12th grade. The most of these schools also offer transportation. Yeah, there's a school bus that comes and picks them right outside our doorway here. So our kids are safe, I know. Yeah, of course you have to worry about all these school shootings and all that, but then again, we have no control over that. All we can do is just pray so that they can have a special kind of covering. Only God actually can protect their lives. We can't really do much about that. Yeah, so yeah, being here overall has been a great a great thing, actually a great move. We can afford to vacation, we can afford to do a lot of things. My husband joined the military. He's a US citizen. Yeah, so the other question I know people were asking, is it easy for, your partner to find a job? I'll say yes. Here, when you walk out like this, if we just walk out and drive around, you're going to see all these posts. We are hiring all these jobs. There are plenty jobs, yeah, that you can, provided your husband is not picky. You have to start from somewhere. Have references, of course. Yeah, so provided you're not picky, you can work and make and support your family. Yeah, and there are also other side hustles that you can do. You can also do Uber, you can do Lyft, you can do DoorDash, you can do Uber Eats. That's extra money that you can actually add up and use that money for vacationing. You can use that money to save. You can use that money for other things, just to cushion. Yeah, so there's a lot that you can actually do here. So it's a great move. I have pretty much no regrets whatsoever, and I hope that you can actually make that same decision if you want to, and do what you gotta do. Yeah. So thank you so much again for your time. Of course, if you have questions, I'll do what I need to do. I'll answer your questions. You can just leave those questions in the comment section below, and I'll be able to help. All right, where I can. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. Voila. Bye.